me and my brother ballsed up a bit. We made a video reviewing Remembrance of the Daleks under the request of Twitter, and we had a good laugh, it was good fun, and the video went up for all of about 5 minutes. And the reason why it only went up for 5 minutes was because a load of people were very quick to leave comments saying, "This is great and all, but didn't you review this already?" And I was like, what? And yeah, it turns out 6 years ago, me and Jonathan had reviewed the same story. And neither of us remembered, which is pretty embarrassing. So I was kind of mortified, and I was like, I can't leave this up, because if the first 3 comments are this, then any other comment is just going to be, but you've done this video already, why are you doing it again? So that's why it went down. But I know some people still wanted to watch it anyway. I was a bit dubious because I just thought we're going to be saying the exact same stuff as we said the first time round. So what I've done is, this is a little intro, and if you want to watch the full review, just keep watching this video and it will just play as normal. But this is my little prologue as to why you're seeing a video which is probably going to end up being exactly the same as the one that we did 6 years ago, but with better picture quality. So, there you go. Enjoy. Hello!
Hello.
So, we haven't done a video, just the two of us, for a little while.
No.
And we were hanging out last night, and this one said, why don't we watch a Sylvester McCoy story? For a change.
Just because.
And we were umming and ahhing about what we could watch. And I said, well, how about we put it to the vote to the good people on Twitter? And about 50-odd people voted between seasons 24 and 25 stories. We didn't do season 26 because we thought, well, it's coming out on Blu-ray soon, so
we'd stick to the first two.
And surprise, surprise, Remembrance of the Daleks won. Although it was a close call between that and British and the Galaxy, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a close second.
There was a slight moment when I thought people might say Paradise Towers just to put me through hell. And I would not have enjoyed the evening at all, but no, we got to watch a good Doctor Who story. So, thank you for everybody who voted. This is the video for you. So, Remembrance of the Daleks. Good, isn't it?
Yeah. Best story ever, really.
Best story ever. Really? Do you think?
I think it's certainly at the top for me.
Yeah?
Definitely. Like, of all classic series, I'm not going to talk about modern series stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
Of classic series Doctor Who.
Well, just Doctor Who generally.
It's going to be in the top, 10.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting, okay.
Would you not say that? For you?
Yeah, probably. It is pretty good, isn't it? It's very good.
I mean, what I noticed last night when we watched this was how quickly the time went. And, and it's just the pace of the production is so good. It's quick and it moves along
very quickly.
Yeah, and you don't get bored in it.
No.
There's always something going on and it holds your attention.
There's very few sort of quiet moments. Like, the only ones that I can really think of is when Sylvester talks to the chap in the cafe, and then later on when they're having breakfast at the cafe, all of them. Yeah. Those are the only, and maybe some bits at the boarding house, Yeah. Those are the only sort of quieter moments, and that's not like, they're not bad.
No.
Those are just the bits where things just settle for a moment, which I think you need, because I think otherwise
it's too much,
it'd be just too much.
Yeah.
But when we were watching the first episode, I said to you, it's insane. They get there, before you know it, they're hurtling along to Totter's yard to find the Dalek. There's a big shoot up. Then they're off to Coal Hill's score. Then there's another big altercation with the Daleks and stuff. It really is a lot going on, a lot of action. It's really good as well. I know you've got a lot to say about the explosions and stuff.
I haven't got a lot to say about them, but I have got something to say about them.
Well, tell me what you've got to say about them.
All I've got to say about the explosions, obviously, are how good they are, the explosions in the story throughout. They're all very good. But my thing I have to say is this. On one of the documentaries...
on the
DVDs, who was the guy?
It's Dan Hargreaves, I think his name is.
Right.
He's the
He's on the new series, isn't it? For the new series stuff.
Yes, all the explosions and pyrotechnics and all
and
that
he's
stuff.
looking through various classic series explosions and things, isn't he? He's talking about, the way they do effects and things. Yeah. And they look at Remembrance of the Daleks, and he is looking at the scene where I think
he looks at a lot.
He looks at a lot, but the one in particular I'm thinking of is the one where the special weapons Dalek blows up the gates to the yard, where... Of course, that explosion is absolutely phenomenal. It's such a good explosion.
Blew the windows open.
The fire brigade are called out, because they think it's a bomb scare, etc. And he sits there and says, it's a bit too much, really. No, it's not a bit too much. You're just jealous you couldn't do stuff like that. It's as simple as that. It's a brilliant, brilliant explosion. And just be honest and say, I wish we could have done stuff like that on the new series, but we couldn't.
Right.
So there we go.
They're very good.
So, come on, just say you agree with me.
What?
He's just sour about it.
Well, I don't think he's sour about it.
Yeah, I do.
Right.
He is. He thinks, wish we could do this.
Well, I'm sure
good explosions like this.
I'm sure he thinks that is pretty impressive, but, given this, he's obviously been trained in a very different capacity than the people who were doing it back then.
They didn't give a shit.
Yeah, they didn't give a shit. There was no real health and safety.
I realise that.
Way, So it's obviously all very different. So I don't think you can hold back against him.
I think he should have just said, look, this is a really good thing, and, hats off to them for being able to do this, and wish we could have done it.
Yeah.
No, that's what I think anyway. What do you think out there? Do you agree with me?
I'm not just missing that.
He obviously does.
No, I think the explosions are brilliant. I think
it doesn't sound
fantastic.
like it to me, but...
Off of explosions. Yeah, the explosions are amazing. Okay, we got that. Right. The actual story. So you obviously watched this story live back in 1988.
I did.
So one of the first things that sets this story out amongst a lot of classic Doctor Who, probably, maybe the second time it's done in the series' history, for the classic series anyway, is that we have a pre-title sequence.
I remember watching it live, and I remember, the announcer saying, new series Doctor Who, blah, 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 new episode, and seeing, the Earth.
Yeah.
And then hearing the President's Martin Luther King speech, etc. Yeah. And obviously then the Dalek ship coming in to film. But I did think, what's going on here? This is a bit unusual, but it was good, it was effective, and I think it's very effective.
It's really effective. Yeah. It's very, very good. One of the things I asked you yesterday was, had you seen the Daleks?
Yeah, prior to this.
Prior to this.
Yeah, I would have done. I would have seen Peter Cushing, Doctor in the Daleks.
Yeah,
I would have seen Death to the Daleks. Death to the Daleks came out on VHS in 1987, so I had that the year before. So those are the two Dalek stories I remember seeing. Possibly I may have seen others, but I don't recall. But certainly Death to the Daleks I would have seen, and the Peter Cushing film. So I was shocked, obviously, when in episode 1 the Dalek is hovering now up the stairs. I remember being absolutely terrified at that, and seeing Sylve Green, that was very, very effective.
Very good effect.
Yeah, but that was a big shock. Never didn't know Daleks could do that. And of course, it wasn't until much later when I watched Revelation and realised that actually in that story they were supposed to do that. But I had no idea watching Revelation.
I don't think many people realised that was supposed to be happening because it was such a terrible effect.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, it wasn't shot particularly well. But obviously when they redid it for the DVD, it looks very effective. The Dalek battle computer.
Yeah, always thought that was Davros when I was a kid.
Yeah, and I guess that is the thing, isn't it? That is set up so everyone thinks that's Davros. Because it sounds...
And the voice.
Yeah. This voice sounds like it could be Davros wearing a motorcycle helmet for some reason. Yeah. Were you surprised as a boy when you turned around? It was the little girl.
Last thing, I didn't expect to see the little girl come out, so that was quite a bit of a shock. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose now in hindsight, as an adult, seeing her around with the place, I should have put two and two together, but I didn't.
I don't know. Like, would you really think that thing is going to be
controlling her? I know.
She's going to be that Dalek-esque creature. It's hidden very well.
It is hidden well. It's done well, isn't it?
Davros, then, seeing as we're talking about Davros.
Yeah, lovely to see Davros.
Lovely to see Davros. You were saying yesterday how you thought it was a shame that we didn't get more of him.
Yeah, I always feel this. I mean, it's a lovely few minutes, but it's a shame it's just a few minutes.
It is a shame.
When you compare it to Revelation, when he's in it predominantly, most of the story, and Resurrection. And Resurrection as well.
Yeah.
And then, what a shame, you only get him for the last few minutes.
Yeah.
He's very good, he's very effective, it comes across well.
And it does sort of feel like when I was watching it yesterday, it's like he comes on to just do his bit of ranting.
Yeah, and it's gone.
Yeah. There's not really much
development there.
There's not much character.
No.
Not like in other stories.
Yeah.
I think Eric Sayward had a really good handle on Davros, like the way he wrote for him. And that's not to say that Ben Aronovich doesn't. It's just that in that space of time, you know, we just get to see one facet.
How much can you possibly do in 4 minutes? Or,
exactly,
you know,
Were you surprised as a kid when it opened up and it was him? Obviously, you've never seen a Davros story.
No, amazed. And, you know, it was really, really good.
Scary?
And scary, As 5.
Black in his mouth.
The black in the mouth is great, isn't it? Yeah, I was scared. Yeah.
Excellent.
But I tell you what, I did know about Davros. I'll tell you why. Because one of our cousins, she was a Doctor Who fan, and she gave me a poster of Davros from... I think from
Resurrection or Revelation.
Or one of the two.
Is in the other room in a box. Yeah.
Right. Well, so I knew who Davros was,
and you also, actually, just come to think of it, you also may have seen Davros in this.
Oh, would I?
In the Amazing World of Doctor Who.
Oh yes, because he's in there, isn't he? But not as Terry Malloy though.
Not as Terry Malloy. It's Michael Wisher.
Yeah.
The Sea Devils.
Great book.
There we are, Davros.
Ah, yeah.
You know, so there's plenty of that in it. So you possibly would have...
Yeah, recognised him.
Yeah, interesting. These are all Genesis of the Daleks. Let's do the Daleks.
Yeah, that is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why is his mouth weird there?
Because they haven't coloured it in.
Oh, right.
So, there we are. Amazing World of Doctor Who. Good book.
Very good book. Yeah.
So you were sort of vaguely familiar.
I was. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, very good.
But obviously wasn't expecting to see him in that
big
form.
chariot thing. Yeah. What about the Dalek design? The Daleks are radically different in this serial.
They are different.
All of them, even the Renegade ones, are quite different. The Imperial Daleks, I love that colour, that white and gold.
It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah.
I think it's so good, like the silver on the eye, how it like reflects the light.
Although we see them in Revelation, don't we?
Yeah, but they're different though, aren't they?
But I mean, that sort of type. So it's
that sort of type. Yeah. These ones are very different, aren't they? Like the mesh is all different. The eyes are different.
The design.
The lights are different.
But the colour, I mean, that's not...
Yeah, true. I mean, the thing is, I saw this story
first. So did I. Yeah. And the gun effects are very good.
Gun effects are very good. The sound effect is now iconic. And has been used in the new series as well.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Special Weapons Dalek, of course.
That was obviously a bit of a shock, seeing something like that trundling along. Very, very effective.
Again, really
shame it wasn't used more, really, but...
It is a shame. And of course, the other design elements regarding the Daleks that are also incredibly impressive, and we talked about it at length yesterday, was the Dalek shuttle.
Oh, amazing. What an amazing...
Watching it back, it was just incredible that they
built this thing.
They built this thing and they landed it in that school playground.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Because I said to you, any other director would have just gone, we'll do a model shop because it'd be a lot cheaper. But to actually build this thing, lower it down on a...
With the lights.
It looks, it's all the lights and the
steam
and all, Yeah, incredible. Brilliant. Absolutely amazing.
Very impressive.
Yeah, fantastic. And even like the interior of
it's lovely.
The Dalek mothership.
The mothership is great. The interior, love the interior. Yeah.
All very good. They were on top form with this one. And another thing, talking about the production side of things, Kev McCulloch's music is also really, really great because people can go one of two ways with him. You know, he's quite a Marmite choice. Yeah. And I do think some of his scores aren't as good as others. This one, he's really on top form. Yeah. And it all
works well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's all just right bang on the money. Yeah. Everything just really fits. Yeah. Even the drum and the beats and stuff. You know, sometimes that feels a bit weird in Doctor Who. But here, it just sort of really fits incredibly well.
When Ace's running around the building with the Daleks on feet. Yeah. It works perfectly for that,
I'm just thinking all those amazing, all that stuff in the school when she's going through the windows, smashing up the Dalek with a baseball bat. God, what a brilliant story.
Yeah, it's a great story.
It's fantastic. Why can't we get good Doctor Who stories like that anymore?
Don't get me started on that.
It's very continuity heavy, this story. Yeah. Which, you know, sometimes that can be a detractor to stories. Yeah. You know, stuff like Attack of the Cybermen is a bit too continuity heavy, almost for the sake of being continuity heavy. What do you think about this one? Obviously, as a child, it went over your head.
Correct. Yeah. I think it's done quite well.
Yeah, I think it's done very well.
In this one. Yeah. You know, little nods to certain things that, you know, are neither here nor there in some aspect, you know. Yeah. You know, like Trotter's Yard thing, you know, and if you don't know what that is, then you don't know what it is. It's just a yacht, you know, but for people that knew from 63 onwards, then, you know, it was... Yeah, I think they've done pretty well, those moments. And obviously referring to Rassilon and...
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. This is Ace's first story, technically, isn't it, really? As a companion.
Yeah.
What do you think of her in her first proper story?
This good dynamic she has with her and Sylve.
Straight away, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, they hit
it's
it off
believable.
immediately.
Yeah. They get on well. She's got lots to do in this story.
Yes.
Lots of action.
A sharp contrast to the sort of stuff Bonnie Langford was doing as Mel in the previous season.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Bonnie, she was literally just the screaming companion, got into trouble.
Yeah.
Didn't really have an awful lot of agency of her own, really, as a character.
No.
Bless her. Ace, you know, there's a lot going on with her character here. You know, she's got a lot of moralistic stuff with regards to the racism.
Yeah.
With the
card in
the
the window.
card in the window, yeah.
The angst between her liking Mike, because she's, you know, and then realising that he's a bad guy, and how that all plays out.
Yeah. Similarly, talking about the tonal shift with the companion, obviously with the Doctor, Sylve's Doctor in this story...
It's like a different person.
It's like a totally different character to the one that was in the previous series.
Yeah.
Was that... I mean, you may not have picked up on that so much as a 5-year-old.
No,
because you
I didn't think...
for Daleks.
At the time, I didn't think I was aware of it, but obviously now, as an adult watching, it's just so obvious.
Yeah, chalk and cheese, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Thank goodness, really, as well.
And thank goodness, yeah. And he does it so well.
Yeah, he does.
He's so good. You know, all that bumbling and arsing around in the first series.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't work. So to sort of ground him and give him a bit more of mystery and a bit more of a character. I mean, there were obviously moments where he was a bit more serious in season 24.
Yeah.
But nothing like what we see here. And obviously his jacket is a nicer cut and his hat's different as well.
I know what you mean.
In the shoulders.
It's quite baggy, isn't it? In that first season, it looks like a little bit.
Yeah.
It might have been tailored slightly better, perhaps. Yeah.
And obviously the hat's new.
Yes, the hat's obviously new. Yeah, that's
much
fair
better
enough.
as well. I hate that crumpled hat.
Yeah, that's
so
tatty. Yeah. No, this is a better hat. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought we were going to have more to say about that. I thought we were going to have to completely sideline this video in the wake of...
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows, when we were watching it, he was constantly pausing it, just like, oh, what's happened there with that thing? Oh, what's that? Oh, look at the brolly there. Can't just sit and watch the programme and just enjoy it. No, you've got to fucking analyse Sir McCoy's bloody underpants for the next 2 hours. Anyway, obviously the themes of this story are racism, discrimination, prejudices... I can't say the word...
Prejudice.
You know what I mean. The exploration of that with the Daleks, and then mirroring it with the climate at the time. I think that's incredibly clever.
Yeah, it's done very well, isn't it?
It's done incredibly well. And we were watching the extended scenes, and there was that really good scene that it's kind of sad that they cut it, but I guess they cut it because they didn't want to give the game away with Mike. When they're in the van, Rachel makes a comment about the Doctor being an alien.
Yeah.
And he sort of says, what about Ace? And she's like, oh no, you're all right.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I wouldn't want her to be foreign. And unfortunately, Rachel doesn't really roll her eyes, but she does pull a face as if to say, come on now.
Careful now.
Yeah.
Careful now.
And I like all that. I think that's all, that's very, very clever. And obviously, Mr. Ratcliffe is, he's a fascist. He talks about fighting on the wrong side in the war and all this kind of stuff. And I think, yes, that's a very clever way of having the Daleks, which are, interestingly enough, black and white.
Yeah.
Anything to add to that?
I think you covered that very well.
I think we are introduced to the new, could almost be the new unit family, for all intents and purposes, countermeasures.
Yeah.
Just in the comments below, are they actually referred to as countermeasures in the programme, or is that a Big Finish thing?
I don't think they are. But...
Something is set... Chunky Gilmore says something countermeasures something in the story, but he doesn't say that. I don't think he says we're the countermeasures group. He says something like countermeasures something act.
Yeah,
and I wonder if it's been distilled from that. I don't know. I could be talking nonsense, and they might have said it, and I just didn't listen. What do you think of the countermeasures team? I'm going to call them countermeasures.
Yeah, I think they work very well. It's quite nice to. It's obviously Unit's not around at this point, so it's quite nice to have that sort of feel again.
Unit, isn't it, almost?
Yeah, and it's nice to have a scientific advisor through Professor Rachel.
Yeah.
Taking on the Doctor's usual stance. She's the scientific advisor now.
Yeah.
But it looks to him for advice.
Yes.
With the Daleks, which is quite nice.
Kind of almost a bit like Liz Shaw and the Third Doctor.
Yeah, it's a bit like
She was scientific advisor, wasn't she, for the unit? But, obviously the Doctor was the boffin.
Yeah.
Watching it yesterday, obviously, since, now we can go, well, Big Finish have sort of tapped that little mine for further stories, not just countermeasures on their own in their own series, but, the Seventh Doctor meets countermeasures quite a few times. I think that would have been quite. Would you have been quite happy to have seen them if
again?
Series, yeah.
Oh yeah, I would have. It would have been. I think they work very well.
They do, don't they? And I like the setting, the 60s setting. I think it all. Yeah, there's just something.
It works.
Very. Yeah.
Yeah, it does work well.
Yes, it's a very good team dynamic, and their dynamic with the Doctor.
And it's nice when he calls him Brigadier.
Yes.
And he says,
Yeah.
Whatever he says.
Group Captain
Gilmore. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I like that.
The big thing that we haven't talked about is, of course, the Doctor's heritage, which is,
hinted
out a lot here.
Yeah.
The Hand of Omega business, didn't we have trouble with the prototype?
Yeah.
Now, looking back upon it, we know the behind-the-scenes stuff of why they were trying to do it, and it worked, it makes sense. They want to try and make it more mysterious again.
Yeah.
One of the big key deleted scenes was talking to Davros, I'm far more than just another Time Lord.
Yeah.
Now, yesterday when we watched it, I said to you, I'm really glad they cut that. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think so.
And the reasoning, for me anyway, is I'm not really into all this, the other business.
Yeah.
But the Doctor is the other. I know some people out there who are New Adventures fans are going to probably crucify me for saying it. I think...
Bit harsh.
Well, I think...
I could slap a dude.
It's okay to hint at things like, is he or isn't he?
But and leave it there.
And leave it there.
And leave it up to the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
But to turn around and say, I am far more than just another... When?
Yes.
When, how long is this been
And you can't just leave it like that.
Yeah. We're like,
well, what are you then?
Yeah, that needs to be explained. So I'm glad that got cut. And I think what they do is enough to create that air of mystery.
Yeah.
And of course, it all ties back to the Hartnell era, he brought Hand of Omega with him. Whether that was deliberate or not,
yes,
we don't know. I think Big Finish did a story where it starts off with Hartnell stealing the TARDIS.
Yeah.
I think the Hand of Omega just happens to be...
What, in the TARDIS?
In the TARDIS. For whatever reason.
Okay.
I don't know if he nicks it purposefully. Is it just that the Seventh Doctor's gone, oh, hang on a minute, I remember having this thing.
I better send it back.
I can use that to my advantage and destroy the Daleks. What do you think about that aspect of the Doctor?
I was expecting him to use it to destroy the whole planet.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole plot of the story.
Of course it is, I know. But
basically,
we don't know that, though, do we?
No, not to the end. We know that he's up to something.
Yeah.
But we're not sure what, and, he keeps Ace in the dark throughout the whole thing. And it's all very strange, like, I want them to have this thing.
Yes.
And he says, was that really a good idea?
Yeah,
This all-powerful thing. And then, of course, he plays the same trick, like the exact same trick again with the Cybermen.
Yeah, later on
in the same series.
He does.
A very proactive Doctor.
Manipulating, isn't he, as well?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's proactive in the way that, he actually goes out looking for the problem.
Yes, yeah.
Other Doctors just stumble upon it and think, well, I'll sort this out. But he is like, you know what, I've had enough of the Daleks, I'm going to go and get rid of them. Which is a very interesting take on the Doctor.
Yeah.
My big criticism about this story is the destruction of the Supreme Dalek.
Yeah.
That is the worst bit of the story. And I'd be interested to people think that in the comments below.
It's disappointing, isn't it?
It's just a bit weird. It just doesn't really make an awful lot of sense.
No. I'll upset you and then
you'll just blow up.
It's
so weird. I said to you, the military are there on both sides.
Yeah, should have blasted him.
Could they have blasted him? Could the Doctor have, confused it and made it go a bit like, as it does, out of control.
Yeah.
And then
they finish off.
Fire. Yeah, anything like that.
So it self-destructs, I assume. Is that what it does? Because it can't bear the thought that Skaro's been destroyed.
I guess so.
I think that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, then, tell me.
Yeah.
I assumed it self-destructs,
I guess so. I guess it's a bit like the Dalek in Dalek, isn't it?
Yeah.
that does the same thing.
You're
It's
the
like,
only
well,
one
you
left.
know,
Yeah.
I'm the only one left. I'm not going to get orders from anybody.
No, so
so
might as well just
yeah. And then he's contaminated, isn't he? He's contaminated with Rose's DNA. So he's like, not only am I on my own, I'm not even what I'm supposed to be. So I'm just going to kill myself. God, that's a good story.
It's a very good story.
Excellent. Actually, that has led me to think about another thing. Talking about the destruction of Skaro. So obviously at the time, this was just another Doctor Who story. But now with the benefit of hindsight and the benefit of what has happened in the new series, you know, we can look at stuff like Genesis of the Daleks and this story as big precursors to the Time War.
Yeah.
You know, this is considered one of the big acts.
Yeah.
Of the
hostility, isn't it?
Of course. Obviously the first one is Genesis. The second one is Resurrection, when they're trying to assassinate the High Council.
Yeah.
And then, you know, this one, not only did the Daleks want to try and overthrow the Time Lords and become Lords of Time, but the Doctor blows their own planet up.
Yeah.
I was watching it yesterday and I thought, with that in my mind, that made me enjoy it, I think, even more. Because, I mean, as good as it is anyway, because you've now got that extra layer to it, it's like, oh, you know, we didn't know what this was going to happen. Nobody knew.
No, of course
even
not.
Ben,
And he didn't know.
Yeah. And it's sort of a credit to Russell T Davies, really, that he thought, well, we could
use this.
That. Fair play to him.
We can do a rating.
Yes, of course.
Because we have in the past.
Yeah, we have.
Who's going to go first?
You can go first.
Okay.
You saw it first.
Right, I'm going to say 9 out of 10.
Very good. I am also going to say 9 out of 10. Oh, yeah,
okay.
It's brilliant, isn't it? You know, I'm here talking about it, and the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Even though I watched it yesterday, I could quite happily switch it on and watch it again because it's so bloody good.
Yeah, it's a great
episode,
story.
Yeah. So thank you, people of Twitter, for voting on that.
Should we just say why we think it can't get 10? Because they might think, well, why haven't you given it 10 out of 10?
I mean, I don't think you can ever give any story 10 out of 10.
No.
I don't think any Doctor Who. I don't think anything's necessarily perfect.
No.
I mean, my only real criticism of the story is that bit at the end.
The bit at the end, yeah. And the bit of Swiss McCoy's dirt under his fingernail. That's quite disappointing.
Yeah, when you watch it again, when he goes like that over...
the headmaster's body.
Over his ear. Look at his dirty fingernails. I spotted it and went, ugh. And you said you'd noticed it before.
Yeah, I've noticed it before.
Grim. Yeah. Also, now that it's on DVD, you can also see that in the background of certain shots, you can see like the cars going by are quite clearly modern cars,
and modern buildings as well,
and modern tower block buildings.
But you would have noticed it years ago.
Probably wouldn't have done.
And on VHS, you wouldn't have noticed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a great story to start off the season.
Fantastic.
It must have given the people that hated season 24, you know, must have tuned in and thought, what is this now? This is completely.
This is good.
Yeah. Well, you know, better. A lot better.
A lot better.
Yeah. I mean, I like Dragonfire. You know, I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people do. I'm just not. I just don't like season 24.
Yeah, I like bits of it. You know,
well, good for you.
But yeah, this what a great start to the season.
Oh yeah, incredible. And I said to you yesterday, didn't I? I said if this had been season 24.
Oh yeah.
Doctor Who probably would have carried on at least for a little bit longer. I think.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame really, but God, what a cracking season. Good
so I suppose we need to, when we meet again at some point, we could do a similar thing and put ask.
Yeah, well, someone said to us, didn't they? I think a few people had suggested that we should review all of the Seventh Doctor stories because obviously you like Seventh Doctor. So yeah, maybe. But before we go, perhaps you would like to show them this.
I can't open it now.
Why?
I'm just doing it. Oh yeah. Recognise this? It's not the real one. It's just a replica. But
it's not a replica, is it? It's
the
exact same model.
It's the same model. Yeah, it's the same model. Yeah. This is in part 4 of the episode when Sylv tries to make contact with the Dalek mothership. He pulls this out of his right hand pocket and opens it up, and he places it on top of his hat. And he puts the wiring from the transmat beam into it, and he hooks it up to a television set in order to make contact with Davros.
Yeah, and this is the same model.
This is the same model which I managed to get.
Yeah.
Back last year now. So there you go.
Yeah, exciting, isn't it?
It's very exciting.
Yeah, and also he has this calling card, as seen in part 3. 3?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
And this was made by Adam Taylor.
Yes.
From Australia.
Yes.
So now you have your very own. It's really good. Got your very own
calling card. Yes.
Can you do the trick? Can you do what he does? And
what, pull out thin air?
Yeah.
No.
I guess he's got to do his thing, hasn't he?
Well, I don't know. They might just cut.
No, I don't know. I think he's a showman, isn't he?
I think he's a showman. Yeah. So yeah. So thank you, Adam. If you're watching,
I'm sure he is.
Much appreciated. It's very good, and hopefully at some point you'll get to see something else from Adam as well.
Yes.
But that will be for a later date.
Stay tuned. So yeah, that was our review. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to see more of this kind of nonsense, let us know. Bye-bye.
Bye.